Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Kicking out at 2 intern Ace Finley here. And before Michael and Tori hit the ropes and dive into the latest in the world of wrestling, let's tag in one of our show's partners, W Energy. If you're looking to fuel your grind, whether it's late night booking sessions, streaming, or just surviving Monday, W Energy's got your back. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus. Use code KICKINOUT, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now let's get back to the show.
Listen up, wrestling fans. Showing love for your favorites doesn't stop at a t-shirt. If you're heading to a live event, you better be ready for the hard cam. Step up your show day drip with Hard Cam Creations, custom handmade accessories built for the loudest, proudest fans in the building. Whether you're backing a legend or leading your own faction, these pieces make sure you stand out when that camera swings your way. From spectator to certified superfan, it's time to walk to the ring in style. New drops coming soon. Find Hard Cam Creations on Etsy and follow at Hard Cam Creations on Instagram today.
Together with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
These days and all those who slay, your midweek destination for all things pro wrestling is coming at you today from bell to bell. Welcome to Kicking Out 2. I'm Michael, and while Tori is out on vacation, stepping into the co-host chair is the queen of commentary, the alpha of all takes, and the voice you feel when she speaks, Lady Alpha from the Wrestling Divas podcast. Welcome in.
Thank you for having me. Happy to fill Tori's shoes. Figuratively speaking, I know I can't, but I will do my best.
Tough to do. I've tried to do it on my own a couple of times, and nobody's watched those shows. Sped's in. Hey, what's up, Sped? Welcome in, welcome in. Currently, we are live over on X, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok. So, any one of those you feel like you want to get on, if it's a little easier to get on, then go for it. There we go. Sped's saying nice hair.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, I'm glad you specified it was Lady Alpha, not me, because I think I'm looking beautiful, but whatever.
Of course you do. You're perfect just the way you are.
Uh-oh. Bedrock cheered us, ×6. I don't know what the hell that means, but it means that we get Nyla Rose on my screen for a minute, so I'm good with that. We're going to go ahead and slip over straight to the news.
We've got your news by Fightful and Fightful Select, bringing you the latest headlines, insider updates, and everything shaking up the wrestling world this week. Take it away.
Everyone's popping in. Hey, Big Mike. Welcome in. Yeah, Lady Alpha is kicking out at 2 today. Bobby, welcome in. Christy, welcome in. Welcome in. Love that everybody's showing up today. Tori will be jealous. All right, so the first one, it's our cover show for cover news for the day. Will Ospreay returns at Revolution. Surprise to a lot of people because he had to have double fusion surgery over back on September 17th, if I could talk today, which is a major procedure. Like, no one really expected him to come back this early, but as a big surprise, he pops out. He's looking to get his revenge on Moxley and the Death Riders because they're the ones who took him out. So it's really good to see him back. I know you're not huge on the AEW side of the thing, but like, do you have any opinions as far as Ospreay showing back up?
I think he's might be a bit reckless.
Okay.
Double fusion surgery, that's no joke. But one thing I've learned since I started watching wrestling is this is their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They love the business. They can't imagine doing anything else. And injuries are not well received, at least from some of the things that's been said. So I can understand why he would work hard and come back early as long as he didn't rush it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, that would be my.
that's always kind of been like a thing that's seen a lot in wrestling is that these people are beasts when it comes to returns. Yeah, John Cena that had an injury came back. I think it was like 4 months sooner than what was predicted. We've got Dustin Rhodes, who just had double knee surgery, and as a guy who's got 6 screws holding together one kneecap, and it took me 7 months to get back from that. I couldn't imagine double knee surgery, and he's already trying to come back to the ring here in the next couple of weeks. I mean, these people are just huge beasts when it comes to their bodies. More power to him. I hope he's healthy. I hope he's ready to go because I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. See a couple of Billy Goats in the chat. Just, already hyping up him being there. So that's awesome. Sped, I thought you were already in here. How are you in here now? Anyway.
He's bouncing around.
He's bouncing around. What the hell? No, all right. Segment 2, WrestleMania adjustments are incoming. WrestleMania 42 has possible stipulation changes. With WrestleMania 2 heading to Las Vegas on April 18th and 19th, WWE reportedly considered adding stipulations to several matches. One internal idea was being discussed is adding a special stipulation to the opening bout that airs on ESPN platforms. The strategy is simple: try to catch the casual fans as quick as possible, bring them in really quick, funnel in viewers because it's a spectacle, kind of like WrestleMania used to be. It's not really been a spectacle here lately, so think about throwing some more high energy and high stake stipulations onto the matches. So could be good, could be bad. I mean, you do run the risk of having a bunch of people doing hard hitting matches. Could be bad for the talent. We don't know. Rather than asking your opinion on it, let me ask you, so we're talking about the opening match, the one that's free on ESPN before WrestleMania actually starts, which they're kind of stealing that idea from AEW because WWE hasn't done it in forever. But they want to do that. What stipulation for you as a fan would grab you immediately and make you want to buy that pay-per-view?
Better bookings.
Well, that's just in general.
I know, but I mean, you got to start there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand, I understand the reasons behind wanting the same old players on, on the main stage there. But at the same time, the IWC is getting bored with
Mm-hmm.
the same old. As for stipulations, I would think the most exciting kind of draw-in match would be a gauntlet match.
A gauntlet match, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you can get more than obviously you get more than just 2 competitors in a gauntlet match. That does always kind of keep me because engaged because I want to see if how long they last.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always angling to see that one person that can go through all of the competitors and end up winning, being in the ring first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the gauntlet matches, so that would be the one that would attract me the most. But for this WrestleMania, I think they kind of already shot themselves in the foot with more of the same old, same old. So just throwing in some different stipulations, different types of matches, anything like that, it's not really going to save the whole show because, again, we've seen all of these. We've seen all of these people, but I'm not lying. Last night I became excited for one match. One match from
I'm pretty sure I know which match that is.
Yeah.
I believe Lady Alpha is talking about Oba versus Brock Lesnar, which became a reality last night when Oba dominated Brock Lesnar, which, if that's how that match is going to go, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
Right?
Get that man off my screen as soon as possible. Bobby over here in the chat says if they booked the Street Profits or other tag teams for that opening match, he'd be intrigued and want to keep watching. So that's a good point. Street Profits kind of missing from TV right now. The last time we saw them, there was a video rolling around of them doing a dark match, I think on NXT, which the main thing that people were complaining about that was talking about Montez's body, which shut up and stop it. He got a little thicker, but that may have been him. He may have wanted to get a little thicker. Like he's been a thin guy, and he's been touted for that like main event singles run. And we know how wrestling goes is a lot of times it's the bigger guys that get those opportunities. So he may say, hey, look, I got to beef up a little bit and, get my Randy body on.
You know what would I think? I'm sorry. I'm going to go jump.
go ahead.
Sorry, Bobby. I do have another idea for the match that would draw people in. And that would be because we're all itching for the end of this. I'm sorry. I'm just itching for the end of it. A mask versus mask with the El Grandes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the Mysterio stuff for a second, but
the character has grown on me, but we only need one. So it's time for Chad to be unmasked and let Ludwig do his thing because he has really owned it.
I think you are the perfect person to ask this to. Tori watches more AEW stuff, watches the main card WWE stuff, doesn't really get into the AAA stuff. I talked a little bit last week about how it's fascinating to me how in AAA, Chad is the heel. But on the main card, Kaiser is the heel. And the fact that they play it differently on the two different programs. Do you think that causes any sort of problem as far as which one we unmask?
No.
Okay.
I think the audience has grown attached to whether he's heel or face. I think the crowd has gotten really attached to Ludwig as El Grande Americano, and with the addition of Rayo, whatever from Bravo, that's kind of a cute little add-on gimmick there. So no, I think everybody wants the first, Chad to be unmasked.
Yeah.
Because look what's happened. I mean, we've lost American Made essentially because of this. So we're missing the Creed brothers. We're not seeing Ivy Nile quite as much. And we definitely are not seeing Chad Gable. We are just not seeing American Made because he's doing the original El Grande Americano bit. And I think the Creed brothers are in AAA right now. I'm not either AAA or New Japan.
Last match they had was in AAA. I don't think we've seen them in a while though.
Yeah. And we did just see Ivy have a singles match, which was fantastic.
Killer match,
so happy to see her. Yes, she was great. So yeah, it's just I think the decision is easy.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be Chad that gets unmasked because we need to bring back American Made because we need that diversity within the tag teams. We need Ivy more present in the women's division and Chad tearing up the men's division.
Yeah. I'd be down for it. While we were talking, Stampede came in. Welcome in, Stampede. It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody out there. Lovely hair from Lady Alpha for St. Patrick's Day, so good going there. I wore the green shirt today, had to. However, also, it's a couple of birthdays. So we've also got a Sped birthday, so happy birthday to a Sped. And it's
Happy
my
birthday,
mother's
Sped.
birthday today. So I know she doesn't watch this. She doesn't care about what I do online. But happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mama Brain.
Bobby here saying Creed Brothers had their last match on WWE Main Event last month against NXT Tag Team OTM. Thanks, Bobby. Doing some Stampede like work there. All right. Still keeping on the idea of what could make wrestling interesting. So WrestleMania specifically. we heard some buzz that we might be getting a match with Mr. Royce, which I'd be glad to see him at WrestleMania. The upside or downside, depending on how you look at it, is they're talking about him doing a celebrity match with Jelly Roll.
Oh Lord.
I've seen a lot of people give ups and downs to this. We can definitely debate that within our own show here. But the idea is basically that he's going to be doing a celebrity tag team match with Jelly Roll, which we've seen happen in the past with other celebrities, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul. If you want to go all the way back to like Mike Tyson and Mr. T, it's a pretty common area that it happens. So whether it's good or bad, we could probably get a musical performance out of it, which will boost some numbers for the non-casual or for the casual fans, excuse me, to come in and watch because Jelly Roll's going to do a performance or what have you. If Jelly Roll ends up at WrestleMania, do you want it to be a performance? Do you want it to be a segment? Do you want it to be another match, or do you just not want him to be there?
None of the above. I am not a Jelly Roll fan. Especially after some things I've heard recently. Well, let me rephrase that. What I've heard recently hasn't helped him in my eyes. So it has not endeared him to me. So no, I think that was interesting and kind of funny before the first time they did it. One and done, please.
Okay, fair enough.
It's ridiculous.
The biggest complaint, as Stampede has already put here, is Mr. Royce has went from messing with Shibata and Samoa Joe to now messing with Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson. Hey, Tori. Tori also throwing her opinion in there. Jelly Roll ends up at WrestleMania, and we all lose. I do want to give him a little bit of credit on this. I mean, at least the man has done the work. I mean, we've all seen the Unreal documentary. We have seen a lot of the backstage talk as far as like when he first showed up there just to do the one choke slam that he did that looked horrible because the choke slam looked good. It's him getting back up to try to do anything else after that looked bad because he, had to get up. But he, told Triple H then, like, hey, if I drop 150 pounds, like, can I come back and do this again? And that gave him at least the looking forward to something to get him motivated to do something, and lost a ton of weight to get there. So at least he's done the work. At least he kind of understands the mentality of it. But I do want to flip it more to the Royce side of the things, as people are complaining because Royce is now in this role. We need to keep in mind, though, the person that does stuff with celebrities in the WWE world is someone that they're focused on. It is someone that they trust. You've had The Miz there. You had the Big Show there back in the day. The DX was a big part of a celebrity thing. Hogan originally was the celebrity guy. He would come in there with Mr. T and come in there with Cyndi Lauper. So that person that they have doing things with celebrities is someone that they do trust and want to be a big part of the program. So as much as AEW is the place where the best wrestle, and so him messing with Samoa Joe and Shibata and all that is great for AEW. WWE side of the coin, this is a role that shows that they're putting interest in him. So I'm glad to see that they're wanting to focus on him one way or another. At least he's going to be on our screen.
Yeah.
Speaking of Royce, though, people have talked about him as far as where he was going to debut. Obviously, he debuted at the Rumble, kind of on the main stage. He did the filmed podcast for Stephanie McMahon, telling a story. He was already scanned into the WWE 2K video game, which is unheard of for someone to come in at the Royal Rumble before they're going to announce the game a few months later. So those things are a big deal that they're having him do that. He is still traveling to TV weekly. He's working dark matches. He actually even did a main event match. So they've got him out there already kind of getting used to the WWE way of looking at things. Do you think WWE is intentionally holding back Royce to have a bigger debut moment as far as his actual presence rather than just the Rumble?
Yeah, So it's kind of, well, if you think about it, it's a smart decision. I mean, he comes with a lot of power. He's well known, with because of his days at AEW. So it makes sense to want that bigger moment for him, to let him make a bigger impact. Um, I see your point about the celebrity thing. So I don't think that his match with Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson or whatever is going on there. I don't think that's going to hurt him at all. It'll introduce him to the WWE universe, in ring, to get to see what kind of uh, power he has, skill, all of that stuff. They can get their first taste.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not going to be a high-powered match with a celebrity and, well, Kit Wilson, although he is very good. um,
I
it's
say it right.
more gimmick. That to me is what I would call a gimmick match,
Yeah.
because you've got the celebrity aspect of it, and then you've got Kit Wilson and his toxic um, thing that he does. So it would be, yeah, definitely a good way to get a peek at him, but not to fully feel the impact. I think they are aiming for something bigger, and he needs that, because I have seen clips of him and seen what he brings to the table, and that deserves a proper showcase.
Yeah. He's a big old boy, and I think he's going to make a big impact eventually. For our next topic, I believe on your show you call it Scuttlebutt. Um, this is kind of one of those where it's a story, but it's a non-story. But over the past few weeks, we've seen where outlets, I believe the Stampede calls them the National Enquirers of the wrestling universe, have been picking up just random stories. There was a rumor that Santos Escobar was no longer signed to WWE. That rumor is not substantiated. He has been doing some stuff over in AAA. It does look like AAA is going to be his home. However, he did re-sign with WWE shortly after that quick let go situation where they let him go kind of out of nowhere. But he's still under a WWE contract. So they're just branching him out into AAA. There's no weird thing as far as them taking away that WWE contract. Now, when he's done with the WWE contract, they may renew his contract with one of the new co-branded ones, because they're being said that those AAA contracts they're under WWE's umbrella, but they are still a separate type of contract, much like they do NXT contracts are different than WWE contracts. So he may get re-signed under that, but I don't think he's going anywhere. This seems like they're fine with him being down there in AAA and doing what he does. Plus, it's a big name to have in AAA. Like, that's we need to have some big names over there, especially since they keep kind of wanting to cherry pick the big names from AAA. I know you guys watch a lot of AAA over there. What do you think about Escobar being down there?
I actually haven't seen anything for a while, because I'm still kind of getting the lay of the land with the TV situation here.
Yeah.
And they're new. If I'm not mistaken, they're doing a weekly now. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I think I think that is a good place for him. And while the contracts may be different, the IWC or WWE Universe, however you want to look at it, has to start thinking of AAA not as a separate entity, but as a part of WWE. So him going to to AAA from Lord, I can't remember which one he was on. It's been that long. Um, but him being on one of the other, like Raw or SmackDown, um, it's the same. It's these are just different shows from the same brand. Um, and so he's still with WWE, even though he's in AAA, because that is a WWE brand now.
Yep.
And we will see him again up here, on the main stage somehow, some way.
Yeah.
I believe that because they like to interchange them, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I love that they sent the Wyatt Six and the Creed brothers and
Yeah.
Escobar and Dom. They sent them all down there to wrestle. I think they sent New Day down there too, and
Yeah.
I think that's great. And then the AAA stars are coming up here, and they're getting exposed to the WWE universe on a grander scale.
Yeah.
I think it's great for the brand. I think Escobar is going to elevate it. It's going to also help maybe his fans bring his fans over to W or AAA and so forth. It's like, you know, you need we.
Yep.
It's all necessary to build the brand, to
Yep.
unify all of them together.
Absolutely.
And I think he's going to do great work, and I can't wait to see some of that work.
I completely agree. Isaiah popped in while we were talking. Hey, welcome in, sir. Bobby even mentioned as far as Bailey getting to go down there, which is really great timing. 'Cause she just had that interview where she was saying like she'd love to be able to branch out and go to AAA, go to NXT, do some more things in other places. So for them to then send her down there and have her do a match against Flamer was amazing. Getting to see her kind of in a different arena. Stampede gave that match a 7.25 on the Stampede scale, so apparently he liked it.
That's
Speaking
another
of,
thing, and it also expands the athlete's repertoire
yeah, absolutely,
by moving around.
yeah. Speaking of things that Stampede likes, the Bullet Club War of Words that have happened here recently. So Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors, and David Finlay, who showed up in AEW finally, have been kind of killing it over there. Now they did lose their first match as the dogs together. I don't know how smart I think that was as a booking. I don't have the pencil though, so that's none of my business. But the big thing about it is that all three of them are taking shots at Kenny Omega. They're taking shots um, at New Japan Pro Wrestling. Even so much to saying "fuck New Japan" in some interviews. We talked about it a little bit on Point Taken, which if you haven't been watching Point Taken, make sure to check out that on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's a fun little show that Sped puts on. It's wonderful. It's a lot of fun. I always make sure to have that hour free just in case they need me for any reason at all. Stampede is our current champion. Well fought, sir. It was fun seeing you in the finals. But we talked about it a little bit there as far as like, do we think this is a real thing, or do we think this is just them, doing kayfabe? I know my opinion was that we're just trying to put the toothpaste back in the bottle, as far as trying to like make it sound real, but it's not actually real. What do you think about that?
I don't really know.
Okay,
I
that's
I
fair
don't
enough.
really have an opinion on that. Yeah, I don't. I've got nothing. Sorry.
That's okay. While we're talking, Extreme Chick came in. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. Always good to see you pop in. Yeah, the catalyst of Point Taken. It's the Stampede era. Just for that, I feel like is a new era in Point Taken. We're gonna hear that every week now, no matter what's going on the show. We didn't get to talk about it last week. It was in my notes, but for some reason I didn't go over it. But AEW has launched their own streaming platform now called MyAEW. They had one that was kind of there, was AEW Plus over on Triller, which if you're not signed up for Triller, make sure to do that because it's a lot of wrestling on that particular app that you can watch. You can watch probably about a third of what Stampede watches if you just get to that app. He watches a lot of stuff, but it's
Yeah.
the platform features a free fast channel streaming AEW content constantly, an $8 monthly tier internationally for live AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision, and then there's a $20 tier that includes AEW pay-per-views, Ring of Honor events, ROH television, all sorts of things there. The only thing that is hurtful about this is it is only international. We do not get it here in the US unless you have Surfshark, which is not a sponsor. But if you want to sponsor, go ahead and throw us some money, or just throw us a log into Surfshark so I can watch more stuff. Because I'd much rather watch all that stuff proper ways. I'll just say it that way. But do you think if we got like a cheap, easy streaming app for AEW, do you think you would watch more matches?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my big things is, see, I could do what I do with NXT because I don't get to watch NXT live because I am very bad at multitasking, and you guys are on when NXT is on. So I don't watch NXT on Tuesdays. I watch it usually on Wednesdays after my workout. But that is one of the reasons why I don't watch AEW.
Yeah.
Is because you can watch the weekly show, but the PLEs you have to pay an arm and a leg for. And I'm not trying to do that. Or the PPVs, I guess, pay-per-views. I can't afford to do that. So I mean, a streaming app, if the price is reasonable, I don't want to pay $30 for an app.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Or give them a TV deal like WWE has with ESPN. If they did something like that that would fit my budget and had everything included,
Yeah.
PPVs, then yes, I would probably watch. But I don't want to watch a weekly show and not get to see the PPVs.
I completely agree. This last story is more kind of a personal to me, obviously because of my wonderful partner on the show. There's been a lot of discourse about people that are trans in the wrestling community, people getting pulled from bookings, and then of course recently on AEW's last pay-per-view, Ronda Rousey, who was a big proponent of someone talking against transgender people, has seemingly been hired. It's not been said official yet. She hasn't got the placard saying she's all a leader, all that, so she may just be there to help promote her coming up fight, be there with Marina Shafir for a little bit. But so there's been a lot of discourse online as far as like, is AEW, not trying to, but going against kind of their normal thing of like they let the fuck ice chants go. A couple of the wrestlers are always big on shouting out the LGBTQ community. So in response to that, there is a trans takeover event on March 28th. It's called Trans Takeover, presented by Cabba Wrestle, on March 28th in Providence. So if you're around the Providence area, get some tickets to that, go watch it. I'm assuming it's probably going to be on Triller TV. So again, one of those, like, we'll shout out to that. Triller TV, it's like $12.99 a month, and you get a whole bunch of wrestling. But that's something kind of good to watch. And also, unofficial pro wrestler of Kicking Out at 2 also made an announcement. Kid Bandit herself said that she is in the process. She's already bought the rights to the company, but she's trying to build a company that is going to be focused on the LGBT community, always making sure that they have a home that they can wrestle in if things get to a situation where they're not as prominent. Kind of one of the biggest stories about seeing that here lately is Nyla Rose has just kind of disappeared from television. She had a big story going, and then all of a sudden that story stopped, and now she's just kind of been floundering around the indies. She recently bought a title. I don't want to say like floundering like she's not successful, because she did just recently win a title. However, it is weird that she just kind of disappeared from our television all of a sudden. What do you think about this special takeover? What do you think about this special promotion? What do you think about that stuff?
I think it would be great. I think it would be awesome if they had their own. No, I think it's a great alternative. Let me be clear about that. I am a member of the LGBTQ community, the trans community, is my community. They're my sisters, my brothers, period. Uh, so I think it's a good alternative for them for the time being, but I I don't believe that this is the way it should be. I
I
think
agree.
inclusivity is necessary for a well-rounded society. Um, everybody's different. We're not
Yeah.
carbon copies of each other. Um, and to ostracize any community for being different is disgusting to me.
Well, and
And
it's always a big thing as far as like the ability to see yourself on a screen. And I say that knowing my privilege because as a cis white male, I've been on my screen forever. The only thing that I could possibly have pushed against is the fact that when I was younger, like the people that were up on the screen were the good-looking, skinny, muscle-bound, like fit people, and so it took a little while for them to put bigger guys in good roles, not just as the comedy funny fat guy. And so it took a little while for that, but having things like I speak on Nyla specifically because like we're a big fan of Nyla on the show and we love talking about her. Her being on AEW television was a big thing to me for my part. For my co-host being able to see someone who kind of represents her on the screen was amazing. And for them to just kind of quietly push her in a corner doesn't seem right to me because now where's her representation? Where is someone that represents my co-host on this show? Maybe that's just me yelling at the clouds. Maybe I'm just an old man. Maybe I'm the white guy that's trying to do the white knight stuff. I don't know, but I love her and I hate the fact that something like that could possibly hurt her. Bobby says that he's heard of Kid Bandit. Yeah, Kid Bandit's an amazing wrestler. We've seen her transition in front of our own eyes, turning into a very beautiful young lady, and absolute phenomenal follow on Twitter. So go follow her over there. I'm trying so hard to get her back on the show before she goes to step away for a little while. All right. Well, we are going to close out the news then. We're going to learn about some heels.
Hey, wrestling fans! If you're a woman who loves professional wrestling, you need to check out AEW Heels, the official female-focused online community from All Elite Wrestling. It's a safe space to connect with other fans, share your passion, and build friendships with women from around the world. Members get access to exclusive content, virtual events, Q&A sessions with AEW talent, ticket pre-sales, contests, giveaways, and even in-person meetups at live shows. Led by Amanda Huber and Aubrey Edwards, AEW Heels gives you a place to truly feel part of the AEW family. Don't miss out! Join AEW Heels today and connect with your fellow wrestling fans like never before.
Stampede wanted to throw in here. Nyla Rose was on the Eve 146 Wrestle Queendom, I believe it's 8 card. So good to see that she was on a prominent card somewhere else. I'll have to go back and watch that one. I don't watch a lot of Eve.
He sent me that, and I get to watch it either today or not today, but tomorrow or Thursday. I'll get to watch it because I'm getting ready to go to Pennsylvania, and and all this other crap has been going on, and no power for 4 days preventing me from watching. So
Not like you've been busy or nothing.
no.
Jillian just popped in. Hey, Jillian. You always pop in later. Do I need to do your ad later so you can see the ad on the show? She is the owner and CEO of Hard Cam Creations, the thing we saw earlier at the top of the show. Normally, when we get back from doing the heels thing, I get to ask Tori a very specific question. So now I got to flip it though. Lady Alpha, do you know what time it is?
Tippy time?
No, it is time to ask the
Who
question
better?
that everybody wants to know.
Who's better Italian?
Whole better. We are still in the throes of March, which means we're still in Women's History Month. So for this one, we're keeping it strictly current, though, because of the wonderful special co-host we have today. No legends, no throwbacks, just women carrying the WWE right now. So champions, contenders, rising stars, all in one gauntlet. 10 names, one path, 1 versus 2, winner to move on. Survivor keeps fighting, and at the end of it all, we find out the one question that matters: who better? Now, I assume you know how this works.
I think so, yes.
Okay. For those that may not know, just for anybody new, basically what's going to happen here is I have 10 names of current female wrestlers. We're going to start with one versus the next one. You are going to decide, in your opinion, who is the better choice. And then that winner goes on to the next one, and so on. So it's kind of the gauntlet you were just asking for. So WWE may not provide it for you, but I provide for you the gauntlet. The who better gauntlet.
Nice.
All right, so the first two. You got Zoe Stark, an explosive offense and a person. Unfortunately been injured for a little while, but from what I've seen on Twitter, she could be on her way back here pretty soon. So Zoe Stark versus Bayley, the veteran leader.
Oh gosh. I have to go with Bailey.
Okay.
Experience over Braun.
Very good. All right. Bailey versus an elite athlete, Bianca Belair.
Oh damn. I'm going Bianca.
All right. Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green.
Bianca. I
All right.
love Chelsea. Don't get me wrong. Chelsea kills me, but Bianca.
Okay. Bianca Belair versus the dominant Rhea Ripley.
Rhea.
Okay. And I think this may be where it runs the gauntlet. Rhea Ripley versus the high-flying innovation of Io Sky.
Rhea. Mhm.
Okay. Rhea Ripley versus the man, Becky Lynch.
Rhea.
Rhea Ripley versus Tiffany Stratton.
Oh. That's a little tougher one, but I'm gonna say Rhea.
Okay. Rhea Ripley versus the unpredictable, dangerous Asuka.
Hmm. Rhea.
Okay. And just like WWE forgets their booking and books the same match over and over again, we're going to do that also here. Rhea Ripley versus the fan connection and resilience of Liv Morgan.
Mm. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to go with Liv.
Okay.
She's a wild card because she can pull some crap out of anywhere to to steal a win,
Mm-hmm.
and she's the queen of shenanigans, basically. So,
Queen of shenanigans. She has a bunch of buttons and appetizers. If anybody gets that joke, you're awesome. All right, well, that's it with current WWE Women's Gauntlet of Who Better? 10 superstars, 1 run. So who ran the table for you? Drop it in the chat and tell us your thoughts on Who Better?
I love that.
Looks like you're in good company, though. I'm seeing a lot of Livs. I'm seeing a lot of Rias. So looks like we ended up on the same page-ish as everybody else in the chat. But if you're watching on VOD, make sure to drop it down there as well so we can have that in there. Next week, I'll have to think of another way to throw women in this. run out of things already. All right, well, we are going to go to the hot tag. I haven't done this in a while, just mainly because, honestly, I forgot. You ever forget? Happened to me once. So just like that, it's time to make the hot tag, and you already know when we make the hot tag, it means somebody out there is putting in the work. And while we're showing a video of our friends over at DWE Radio, which is Miami the Great and Final Boss Baby, this actually is more of a hot tag for the EVP CJP, who is just killing it out there. Every day seems like he's got a show going on. So they're actually talking on their show about being part of his show. So I felt like that was a good little thing here, because right here in Gimmick Table Media, it's all about no gatekeeping, no ego, just people supporting people. Raising tides raises all ships, or however that weird saying says. I just don't want to get scurvy on the seas. So right now we're gonna pop over there to the hot tag, listen to them for a little bit, and then we'll be right back with you.
And being part of CJ's panel for the Elimination Chamber predictions this Wednesday, all you have to do is DM EVP CJP on X if you're interested. It doesn't matter if you are a podcaster that has a big podcast, a small podcast, or if you're just a fan. This can be your opportunity to meet some fellow fans. Some of them have podcasts, some are just fans, but for you to get your voice heard and be on the panel with CJ. Nothing is special required besides you having a phone, maybe a light if you're into having a nice little ring light, you want to feel more pretty and edited, or having a PC if you want to go ahead and put the background on and do fancy things. But that's all that's required, and for you to, at least know some about what's going to happen at Chamber. Please don't come in there and be lost. And yeah, so we'll love to have you. As far as I know, I believe CJ has 2 spots available as of what he can feel at his max. So if those are interested, is go ahead and again DM EVP CJP, and that's on X. Now I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Not the guy behind you. You.
Don't go anywhere. Ace Finley again, reminding you to check out Gimmick Table Media, a community of creators, streamers, podcasters, and fans from all corners of entertainment. Dive into chats, collabs, and laughs. There's always a spot for you at the table. Catch all our amazing shows, creators, and exclusive content at linktr.ee/Gimmick Table Media.
Thank you, Big Mike. Reminding us to take your daily vitamin C so you can get scurvy, and don't get. I don't know. I thought it was a bunch of citrus and you do get scurvy. Is it the other way around? You take a bunch and you don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head towards the outro. But before I do, Lady Alpha, where can all these wonderful people see you if they're not already seeing you on their screens?
Well, if they're not cool. No, just kidding.
So lame.
I know, really. So I'm only really active on X, at Lady Alpha KK, KAY. Don't shorten it. You'll find somebody else. I'm adopting your thing because people do shorten it. I'm also kind of active on Threads at k.k.huser, spelled HEUSER. Hope that's right. And every Tuesday night I am on here. Well, I'm on here basically on the Wrestling Divas podcast with Autumn at 6 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Central. And I'm going to be appearing on the EVP show on April 1st for the Stand and Deliver predictions. So,
which I believe, since we just saw the hot tag about that, I believe he's still got a couple of spots open. So if anybody's interested in a couple more spots of being on that prediction show, definitely hit him up. Like they said, EVP CJP on Twitter. It's always a fun time. If he does it on Thursdays, normally I can find a way to wiggle into it. When he does it on Wednesdays, there's no way I can do it. I got too much stuff that goes on Wednesdays. But you know, it's always
He's
a lot of
actually
fun.
going to be our guest the day before.
Oh, fun!
So yeah, you'll get to see him on the Wrestling Divas on the 31st, March 31st, and then you'll see me on his show on April 1st.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're also going to be on my new show coming up the last Saturday of
Oh,
this
that's
month.
right. That is right. What Saturday is that again?
It's Saturday the 27th. Don't hold
The
me to that. Hold
27th.
on.
Okay.
No, Saturday the 28th. Apologies, 28th.
Okay, the 28th. See, I'm going out of town this Friday, so I will be, and I'm helping my bestie move on Saturday. So when you said Saturday, I'm like, oh God, which one? Did I
No,
jump on both?
it is the last Saturday of this month. Of course, I'm talking about the Open Challenge, which we have a lot of fun here on the wrestling show, and you know, have a lot of laughs. That one though is something near and dear to my heart, where we talk about mental health and our ability to be able to talk about things. I haven't come up with a topic quite yet for this particular episode, so I've still got some thinking to do on it. But I know for sure you're one of the people who has now said that they're going to be on that episode. I still have room for 2 more people, so if anybody's interested on being on that episode of the Open Challenge, where we're just going to talk about some mental health. I want to say, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go and say it. The subject of that one, I think I'm going to go with my original idea, which is the masks that we have to wear in public when we're going through some mental issues, and how that affects us of having to project something that's not the truth because of how we feel, but how we get reacted to in society if we don't act like everything's okay. So that's going to be kind of the topic of the show. So if you're interested in that, hit me in the DMs and let me know. I've got 2 more spots open for that particular show. I don't make you say anything you don't want to say. So if you want to get on there and you're ready to just clam up because you don't want to talk about whatever subject we're talking about, by all means, it's fine. You can just react to whatever we're saying or whatever I say. Maybe I'm the only one that talks and everybody just reacts to me. That's not going to be much fun though. So let's try not to do that. Stampede mentioned that there was a victorious debut for the Iconics. I'm still going to call them the Iconics. I don't like inspiration. Over on TJPW, thank goodness, because again, why do you debut someone and then have them lose their first match? That doesn't seem right. I did that to them already. Stampede says he'd be open for that show. Hit me up in the DMs after, and we'll definitely talk about it too. All right. Well, if you rocked with us tonight, hit that like, subscribe, and follow wherever you're watching. And don't forget to join the Gimmick Table Media Discord, which is over there next to Lady Alpha's head over there. Normally it's right by me. We're swapped today. I messed with the screen, and now I got to fix it back at some point because I'm used to being over there. But that's where you can find real conversations. You can find watch parties like this past weekend. We did a watch party for the AEW pay-per-view. Basically, any pay-per-view that pops up, if you have trouble getting a hold of it, we have a little watch party in our Discord just so everybody has the ability to watch it and discuss it and have a little bit of fun. So go there. Plus, all the chaos in there is free. So definitely come and have some fun with that. Bobby, you're awesome. I'm not sure you can say you guys, though. I don't think that's socially acceptable. I don't know. Do you have a response to that, Lady Alpha? Just gotta have this look on your face.
No, I don't. I'm used to it.
Okay.
I say it too, so it doesn't really bother me all that much.
Jillian, yeah, absolutely. Get in on the watch party. Anytime. Like I'll usually post it out on Twitter, but if not, if you just want to shoot me a message, I know you're more on Instagram. So if you want to shoot me an Instagram message or whatever, and just ask me if we're going to do it. And if you need a link, you can have a link, but it's actually in that QR code over there too. You click on that, just go to the Kicking Out at 2 portion of it. You can go there. Anyway, the last pop this week, still kind of near to my heart because it's the whole trans community situation. There's been a lot of discourse going on lately when it comes to the trans community, and not all of it's been positive, obviously. But what we talked about earlier in the show is something that's really important to me. It's something important to our show. Wrestling doesn't have to follow that negativity. It can be better than what we see. It can be a space where people are seen and respected and given the chance to succeed on their own terms. Because at its best, wrestling has always been about your identity, your expression, and being unapologetically yourself. We have had situations where we have a man that carries a parrot to the ring. We have situations where a man calls himself not a nugget. Obviously, there's so many ways you can present yourself in wrestling. Presenting them as yourself should be just as important as a character. The growth we're seeing, the spaces that's being created, and the voices being amplified, that's what pushes this industry forward. So let this be the last pop for this type of conversation. Stand with people, respect who they are, and keep building a wrestling world where everybody has a place to belong. We say it all the time on the show. Wrestling is a buffet. Let everybody have a seat at the table and enjoy the food in front of them. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but wrestling's at another high, like it was back in the day. We're all eating good. So let's just enjoy what's there. With that being said, in the meantime and in between time, we're going to catch you on the next one. Thank you, Lady Alpha, for being here. I am looking for a co-host for next week, so we'll see how that goes. Make sure to catch me on Thursday. Tori is still going to be out. I'm going to do some 2K26 content. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. May start My Rise, may continue creating some people. May just play around in the CM Punk showcase, because I tried to do the gauntlet for that and lost miserably. So I need to go in there at some point and actually play around more with that. So catch us on that stuff. Catch Lady Alpha with her partner Autumn over on their channel on Tuesdays, 5 Central, right?
Yeah.
5 Central. Every Tuesday leading in to our show. Would not ask to have anybody better leading into us. And then on Thursdays, the run-in leads into us. And so we're always got great people in front of us just bringing an audience over. So we appreciate all the help you guys give. It's a great show. I enjoy watching you ladies. And seeing the progression from the first episode to where you are now is crazy. You all are doing so well. And I'm so proud of you guys. So
Thank you.
I'll make you blush one way or another. Isaiah says the showcase ain't no joke. That's absolutely right, Isaiah. It's killing me. I got some creations coming out though, so make sure to keep an eye on those. I just started finishing up on a Kid Bandit created wrestler today. I've already created my own one, and then I'm probably going to end up creating Tori in the next couple of days. So you can catch those on the community page. It'll be hashtag horror wrestling, HORROR wrestling. Make sure to spell that correctly. You'll end up on the wrong side of TikTok if you spell it the wrong way. Whore. Be like Terry Funk is doing a promo. Your mother's a whore. I don't know your mother. She's probably a wonderful woman. But I have heard everybody gets a turn. But anyway, I'm going to close this out before I get myself in trouble. In the meantime, in between time, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. We stand together with pride. We're